Hey peoples. So this is just a review of my Universal Yums box. So first item I have was the roasted garlic rye chips. They were very similar to the Gardettos, the little rye bread that's in that, but in my opinion, I like the Gardetto ones a whole lot better. These, they did not skimp on the garlic, that is for sure, but that's the main thing I tasted with garlic. But I like rye chips, those were good. Gardetto's is better. The next item was the wasabi chip strips. They were okay. They were plain aside from like this green coloring that was on them, which probably was the wasabi flavor. I'm guessing they just took wasabi and kind of like sprinkled it over the chips. But they will definitely open up your sinuses. The taste wasn't extremely great, but it wasn't bad. Next was the sweetened condensed milk cream cake. The cake part tasted literally like regular light bread. It had the same texture. It wasn't really spongy. It was like light bread, and it tasted like light bread. You could taste the dusting on the top of cocoa, but the cake itself was just plain to me. And the creamy filling on the inside, it was it had a very light, like Kahlua or like a coffee liqueur taste to it almost. But when I looked at it, it didn't really say that it had any kind of flavoring like that. So I'm not entirely sure where that taste came from. It wasn't bad. It was just okay. The baked milk and dark chocolate wafer, that one I thought that I was gonna really love because it had the caramel in it, but it was just mediocre. It was good. It didn't have really much of a taste of caramel. I never tasted the caramel. The dark chocolate though was what was coated on the outside, and it was very overpowering. Like, that's all I could taste was the dark chocolate. If it was milk chocolate on the outside, it would have been way better. But that's just my opinion. Next was the fruit juice filled caramel toffees. Those were actually pretty good. They are not too bad at all. Had a slight berry taste. The blueberry ones did. And it reminded me of a blueberry muffin. That's exactly what it tasted like to me. And the strawberry was actually very good, but there was not much of a caramel flavor. The texture was like a caramel, but the taste of caramel was not there. I did enjoy the strawberry one. It was better than the blueberry. The blueberry tasted like a blueberry muffin to me, but I really did like the strawberry one I got. The next one was the juice-filled fruit jellies. One was definitely a grapefruit. It was kind of like a grapefruit and citrus type taste, so I'm guessing more like a grapefruit / orange mixture. The other one was kind of like a lime tasting. They actually tasted pretty good. I had no complaints. Even the grapefruit one, it was more of a blood orange. To me, a blood orange is the mix between a grapefruit and an orange. And that's kind of what the first one tasted like. The lime one was pretty good also. And the last thing was the creme brulee milk chocolate bar. That one kind of, it was a letdown because I was pretty sure that was going to be the one that I really liked. But it was just okay. There wasn't much of a creme brulee type taste to it. It tasted more just like plain regular condensed milk. Like I took chocolate and dipped it in a can of condensed milk and ate it. So overall, out of all my boxes through Universal Yums, this one was probably the most disappointing. There was not any, well, the positive was there was not any that I was just like, ugh, disgusting. Even though I did have to rank my favorite, worst, and weirdest. For worst and weirdest, I picked the same exact thing. I picked the wasabi chip strips. Just because, I mean, out of all of them, that was the one I least liked, but it wasn't that I hated it. And it was also weird because who would have thought about doing that on a chip, which I know Lay's does a bunch of different kind like that now, but not like that one. So yeah, along that aspect, I was glad because it wasn't like a really, really bad one. But the bummer part was there was none that was just outstandingly amazing. So out of picking, I picked the juice-filled fruit jellies. Even though I had the blood orange tasted one and the lime tasted one, I still like gummy jelly stuff. So that one's the one that stood out the most to me. But overall, I am getting next month's box. I was charged for it yesterday. They should be shipping within the next week or so. So probably within the next 2 weeks, we'll have my next Universal Yums box. And until then, if you have the Ukraine box, enjoy. Bye.